Good morning, folks. My name is Robert Ronan. On behalf of the Yamungu people, the Yamungu claimants of this area, I would like to welcome you all.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome. Could I firstly acknowledge the traditional owners of the land and thank Rob for his kind words this morning.
What are the features of this place?
I chose B, which was unique coastal landscape, because that does really make Geraldton different.
What it is to be in Geraldton. Without the landmarks, we don't have any connection to our history.
You can have a family here, you can have your baby here, you've got preschool, primary school, senior school and a university.
Sun and ocean symbols on it, and I think that really brings out Geraldton's identity.
That's an amazing thing in Geraldton, that all of those people can use the same beach in communal enjoyment.
And you always see families down at the park, and especially the foreshore, having family barbecues, so I think it's the real heart of the community.
What do you actually value about life in this place?
Europe, straight to Geraldton. First year I was like,
yeah, culture shock.
and then now that I like it so much, I go back to Italy. I like Italy, but I said, sorry, I gotta go back to my fresh air, my ocean, and so I come back here. So it takes a while, but then it's really nice.
We lose what it is to be in Geraldton. Without the landmarks, we don't have any connection to our history.
I like the Aboriginal heritage of this area. There's really rich heritage here.
Together, so the communal sharing of the beach and the ocean.
It's got the wind, sun, and ocean symbols on it, and I think that really brings out Geraldton's identity.
What are the signature elements that you've been talking about so far? The things that you say, this is Geraldton.
I suppose you really want to keep the existing quality and nature of the beaches.
I think if we looked at Moresby Ranges, I think that's an important thing. So, you know, I love the fact we've got the ocean on one side and the ranges on the other.
So that's what helps keep fish stocks the way they are. So the whole ocean should be protected as well.
Wind farm. Because it's modern, it's environmental, it's forward-thinking, forward-planning. We are now going to be talking about what
needs to change.
Integrated sports and recreation.
We've got the precinct, but at the moment, every little club.
So it's a bit like that joined up government. It's joined up sporting
I
clubs.
like that. Can I write that down?
Please do.
Don't flatten out sand dunes to make new suburbs like they've been doing.
What do you think are going to be the hotspots?
I think the Marine Terrace and Chapman Road and Leicester Avenue would be a hotspot for reasons of landowners, proprietors who own the land and possibly are not willing to get anything done.
More investigation before areas are allowed to be cleared.
Reef protection for fishing, fish habitat. Who's going to pay for the exclusion of that, basically? It's going to be a bit of social upheaval with regards to that. Sure, you might still be able to windsurf on it, but if no one's allowed to fish there, right on your town's doorstep, they might get a little bit cranky about that.
I was going to say, turning Morsley thing into a park. You know how there's all that controversy about some people want it to be a park and other people want to keep it as it is?
Working in teams, exploring 6 scenarios.
You get to talk about every scenario and tell us what you like and don't like and what you want, what they've left out.
And it, like I said, it's got that European feel, like of those little villages.
And there's something else that hasn't been mentioned, the high-speed rail.
Yeah.
You have your Greater Geraldton, but within the Greater Geraldton you have a different where you can walk to your shops and stuff. Okay, so I'll put a question.
Like permanent on the course is the wrong word. We need to be dynamic, flexible. If something happens, you lost something that it doesn't cost that much. But permanent structures are very. Then we have to protect them.
That's what this is.
Yeah.
This is actually building it into the system, so that.
But keeping as close to the coast you can too, because then it becomes scenic as well.
So what to think of the allied health, the hospitals and the doctors and all that. We don't want them to be too far away. I reckon that if we keep the same idea as we would with the schools for those, you don't have to drive too far for your doctor's visits or a hospital visit, you know. That'd be good.
But I just want to see it drawn on there. I want to see rail link, so they go, right, this is the best route to have this internal rail link, rather than it's an idea, it's actually there.
And it is, I quote, "It's been good."
One of the other gems that came out was actually there was thought about creating hubs for sporting and Utica to improve the livability in those areas as well.
Excellent. We've been talking about all the planning.
we've forgotten about the cars. Let's put the car parking underneath.
Low-hanging fruit and big and bold. An example of low-hanging fruit was to place static displays in vacant shops in order to bring more life into areas of town where there might not be much activity now. The big bold idea was a new public square with a gazebo, park benches, water feature, public art, Aboriginal culture, and a speaker's corner.
One of the really strong things that came out was the role of leadership, and that it's okay to lead and be good. You know, so you talk about, and we recognise the people who are doing good, and we say, yes, that's fantastic.
Was that someone just came along and said, this has been a great concept, but we need to keep it going. And I think that's very important.